What is the laziest thing you do that would make even the laziest person cringe? It's really sad we're not going to hear the experiences from the laziest of Redditors because they are too lazy to post. I was watching Breaking Bad on my computer, but I wanted a glass of juice. So I opened my router settings on my laptop to disable my mom's laptop's MAC address on the network so the internet wouldn't work for her. So she would come to my room to ask what the duck, and I'd ask her to get me a glass of juice and that it's already fixed. I'm still ashamed of myself. That is some next level shit right there. So you ransomed your mother's internet access for a glass of juice. That's one of those things that is lazy in one way, but takes so much work in another they almost cancel out. I once skipped an entire day of classes because there wasn't enough milk to fill the cereal bowl in the morning. Lost all my motivation and just went straight back to bed. This is easily the saddest thing I've read all day. I signed up for a free trial of Amazon Prime so I could get free 2-day shipping on an order of new underwear, all because I didn't want to leave the house or do laundry that week. Why did you even need to wear underwear then? That's what I was wondering. Dude, you're not leaving the house. Who are you trying to impress with your fancy clean underwear? I was too lazy to cancel my subscription, so I just gave them my money. I've been paying for Hulu Plus for over a year and the only time I've used it was during the 1-week free trial. Sometimes, when I'm really hungry, I'll just take a nap because it's easier than making food. Me too. I take a nap instead of doing a lot of things. I was wearing a mid-length dress and knee-high boots, so I measured the exact area that would be exposed and just shave that 5 inches right smack dab in the middle of my legs. Then I contemplated what I'm doing with my life if I can't shave my entire legs. Yeah, same here sometimes. I have a pair of jeans that have a rip just above the knee on the right leg, so sometimes I'll just shave the patch of skin that can be seen. And then they shift a bit, or you sit down and the patch expands, so then the cute guy beside you can see you for what you really are, a Sasquatch. I download music I have on CDs from the internet because the CDs are in my car. I download music I have on my computer but can't be bothered finding. I skipped meals because I had to cook. Edit, don't judge me, meth ain't gonna cook itself. Now that I'm living on my own, I do this regularly. Also not eating because I don't want to wash dishes. It's clearly helping me beat the whole freshman 15 thing though. Paper plates and plastic forks. If you want to stay single, invite your crush to come over for dinner, serve food on paper plates and hand out plastic forks. Source, my crush. Don't go blaming plates and forks for why you can't get laid. A similar thread popped up a while ago and a guy posted how he was eating a blueberry muffin but too lazy to get up off the couch and dump the paper wrapper, so he ate it. I can't remember the OP's name, but fair play to him. Easily the funniest and laziest thing I've ever heard. I eat stickers all the time, dude. You said that so casually, I nearly choked on the cigarette, but I was eating. There's an amazing Chinese takeaway place a minute's walk, if that, from my house and I often pay for deliveries. I can't look the delivery dude in the eye. I used to live directly across the street from a pizza place. At a crosswalk, I would still order delivery rather than walk across the street to get it. The guy wouldn't even get in his car most times. I could watch him walk across from my living room. Edit, I'm actually fairly fit. Just didn't want to put on outdoor clothes. Yes, I tip decently. I used to live directly across the street from a pizza place. At a crosswalk, the guy wouldn't even get in his car most times. Most times? I imagine that, if he had multiple deliveries to make, then it would make sense to load the car and drive the first one across the street as your first stop on the route. I stuck an empty poster tube to the wall diagonally next to my bed so I could put trash in it and it would roll down into the bin, which was about 1.5 meters away. I thought it was kind of smart but so lazy. The best kind of laziness is when you go through a fair amount of effort setting up an apparatus that helps to ensure unlimited future laziness, and thus we have the entire reason for humanity's advancement. Dude, foraging is pain in the ass. Couldn't we just have the berry bushes grow right by our house? I was too lazy to make coffee this morning, so I put Diet Coke in a coffee mug and heated it up in the microwave. 3 out of 10 would not recommend. Upvote, just because this just made me throw up in my mouth a little bit. I was once tired from walking up a hill. I considered stopping for a rest, but I couldn't be bothered. You had the inclination, but not the time. Literally too lazy even to be lazy. Not me but my father-in-law. He has 2 TV screens on opposite sides of his bedroom hooked to the same cable box. That way he doesn't have to worry when he gets uncomfortable laying on one side all day. He just rolls over and voila. There's another screen with the same show playing on the other side of his bed. Genius. Just hold shuts in for hours instead of going to the toilet because it's over there. Change hours to days, and that's exactly me. I tease it a bit, so I'm basically ducking myself instead of getting up to shut. I really need to pee, but I can't be bothered to get off the bed and walk to the bathroom. Oh, and when I was a baby I didn't lift my head up right. It's just drooping down 45-degree front, back, left, right, wherever. Mom freaked out and took me to the doctor, and after some checking he concluded that there's nothing wrong. Just one hell of a lazy baby. I slept so much as a baby that my mum was worried something was wrong. We could totally be baby friends. Sometimes I'm too lazy to dry myself after a shower, so I end up just sitting on the edge of the tub or standing until I eventually just air dry. I just bring my clothes into the bathroom and get dressed while still wet. This comment makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable too. I'm going to make it worse by sharing a story. When I graduated college, I didn't give myself enough time on graduation day to do the laundry I wanted to do, so my graduation clothes only made it through the wash, but not the dryer. I put them on wet, and worse, they still were slick from too much detergent. Then I had to put on a heavy non-breathable black grad gown and sit through a 4-hour ceremony in 105-degree heat. I was my own personal sauna that smelled of soap. Also I was hungover. Sleeping with the clothes on, so I can sleep longer before school. I did this as well. As a kid in 1st grade I thought this was a grand ideal. Sadly I was still in the phase of pissing the bed while I pee the bed. Instead of letting me shower and change, my mother proceeds to make me go to school in said clothing. I know I was really young, but I still remember that day vividly. My mother wonders why I hope she dies in the most miserable way possible. The other day, I was laying in bed, and my Roku remote was on my desk, literally 5 feet away. Rather than stand up to get it, I grabbed my phone, downloaded the Roku app, and used my phone to stop the movie. 5 feet. When my wife is out of town, I only eat canned food, directly out of the can, over the kitchen sink. No cooking, no dishes. It's absolutely disgusting, but I'm just too lazy to make a meal for just me. Pro tip, just open the can and let the can stand on a stovetop. When the can makes noises it's dinner time. My light is the opposite end of the room. I sometimes call my brother in, ask a random question, and say, oh can you turn my light on? As if it's an afterthought. I skip the middle part entirely with my sister. I'd call her and say, oh my god, you have to come look at this deer out the window. She'd run in, and I went, there's no deer. Can you turn off my light? The part that makes me the most guilty is that she would actually do it. I was a horrible sister. I have a remote controlled outlets in my room so that I can turn on / off any electronic device without getting out of bed. Rotate the batteries twice in the remote. Still won't work. Watch Golden Girls marathon. I put a hole in my closet wall so I can throw my clothes into the laundry room instead of carrying them the long way. If I find a Tupperware with moldy food in it, I just throw the whole Tupperware away. Me too. The cost of a Tupperware container is less than the emotional cost of washing a moldy container and forever wondering if I washed it well enough and trying to avoid using it until I forget. One time I was choking on a peanut butter sandwich. I didn't even try to cough it up. I just thought, well, this is how I die. I was lying in bed at my parents' house with the light left on, which I find it hard to sleep with bright lights, and I didn't want to get up to turn it off. So I used my cell phone to call my house phone, pretending to be one of my friends, so when my mom would answer the phone she would bring the phone into me. So when she brought the phone in, I politely asked her to turn off the lights on her way out, hung up the phones, and went to sleep. Sleep with the lights on. My friend once got into bed and realized he left the bedroom light on. He reached down the side of his bed for his Nerf gun, fired the whole clip at the light switch in a half-assed attempt to turn the light off, missed every shot, slept with the lights on. The day I moved into my apartment I was exhausted. So I just put my box springs and mattress on the floor and leaned my bed frame in the corner to assemble the next day. It's 2 years later and my bed frame is still leaning in the corner. I once delivered a microwave to someone that bought it off of eBay. Their house was full of boxes with chairs and plastic wraps and placed on top of the tables. I said, "Oh, just moved in?" They replied, "No, we moved in 2 years ago. Just haven't had a chance to unpack." It was completely deadpan. Dunno if they were just messing with me or not. I quit smoking 1 year ago because I was too lazy to get up and buy new ones one weekend. Went better than expected though. What was the result? Are you still off tobacco? Yes, only smoked a cigar on our New Year's party because tradition. I'm pretty sure I won't fall back to tobacco. I only miss it after really big meals and when I'm waiting for the bus. Funny fact, I didn't thought about to quit until this Sunday a year ago. It was Friday and I had about 6 cigarettes left, but it was already late and I thought it would be a waste to get in the car and buy new ones now, so I went to bed. Saturday I smoked the last cigarettes left and again I thought maybe I'll buy some tomorrow, it's late already. On Sunday around 1 PM I got nervous because of missing smoking. But then I thought, if I'm too ducking lazy to buy some cigarettes I quit this shit. Never smoked again since, except this one cigar. I came into this thread like, man, I'm a fat lazy mother ducker. I'm sure I got some shut to holy shut y'all are gross.